Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first episode of the FIFA 21 Career Mode series. Now, not only is this the first episode of a brand new series, it's also the very first episode of anything that I've put on this channel ever. So, if you could hit the like button, that would be absolutely fantastic as we get into this. Anyone will do for the base. I'll skip through this so you don't have to watch me go through everything to create this manager here, and I'll just show you the end result. And there we go, the brand new manager of, well, Newcastle United. I was going to try to keep that a secret, but, well, you've seen the thumbnail and title anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Newcastle United, my club, obviously, was the subject of a lot of rumours about a takeover in the summer that ended up falling through in the end, very disappointingly. And that's something I've seen a lot of other career modes so far in FIFA 21, and even towards the end of 20, do is, what if the takeover went through and they've added 100 million, 200 million, 500, whatever it is. I'm not going to do that, because what's the point in doing a career mode if there's no challenge in it? If you've got that much money, you can just buy anyone with no restrictions, really. So we're not going to do that. Strict negotiation settings. We're going to disable the first summer transfer window, because as far as I'm concerned, Newcastle have done their business for this season, at least for this transfer window. So we won't be signing or even selling any players until January. Could set up some agreements in advance of that, obviously, but no immediate transfers coming in or out. Everything else is fine. I'm playing on Legendary. If it's too easy, if I'm just winning everything straight away, I'll bump it up to Ultimate either at the start of the next transfer window or next season, but Legendary for now. I've not got a lot of experience on this game yet, so Legendary should be at least as a starting point tough enough. Right, here we are, the picking for the pre-season tournament. No point doing anything, we're going for the most valuable one. We don't exactly have mega bucks to start off with, so every little helps. We're just going to have a quick look through the team. Obviously, I've got a lot of contract issues to solve. There's a lot of... that's still a thing. A lot of contract issues I need to sort out, because there's some decent players with only a year left on their contract, which is something I hope gets sorted in real life as well, because likes of Anderson and Cher, Clark, Fernandez, you don't want to lose those for nothing. At the very least, I'd personally be happy keeping them for quite a while yet. The Longstaff's only 2 years on their deals. Gotta extend that as long as possible. Dummett maybe could get bumped up to a 3-year deal or something, maybe. Obviously, I really like Paul Dummett, really rate him. Quality, solid player. He's not a flashy superstar, but he'll get the job done for you in the defence. Richie, Shelby, obviously both just signed new deals. Rodrigo Vilca, the new signing for, what was it, 200 grand or something from a side in the Peruvian league. Hopefully he turns out like Nobby Solano did for Robson in the 90s and the early 2000s. Could turn into an absolute legend. Could turn into another complete flop. Never know. You never know. But Perez was brought in a few years ago for the reserves for very cheap. Almost immediately made first team impacts. So we'll see. Arguably the most disappointing £40 million ever sold on ever paid on a footballer. Even. Hopefully he comes good. Looking a bit more comfortable this season as a sort of either out on the left or as a sort of second striker role. I still don't think he'll really make it, but hopefully it doesn't turn out to be a complete waste. The new number 9, even if he doesn't have it on his shirt. Really looking forward to playing with Callum Wilson. Always liked him for quite a while. I bought him in career modes before, so to start with him in the team and to have him in real life is an absolute pleasure. Hendrick sort of went under the radar as a signing in the summer, but he's already proven himself useful, very versatile, hard-working, puts a shift in. Really happy to have him. Skipper Lascelles, Carl Darlow on a long 5-year deal, very deservedly so, I would say. Fraser, obviously, and St. Maximin, looking forward to playing with both of them. Lewis, Dubravka, all on nice long deals. And Isaac Hayden, 6 years. There's still people who completely underestimate what he does for our team. Absolutely solid player in the middle. We do anyway, but we'd get completely bossed in the middle of the park if it wasn't for him. So yeah, happy to have him on a 6-year deal. So yeah, eventually I have to go through and sort out some of these contracts. I'll do at least most of that off screen. Edit most of that out, so you don't have to sit through that. As for the starting 11, got it set up in a 4-4-2 to begin with. I don't really think that's the best formation for us. We want all of our best players on the park, so set up a formation that'll get them all on. That would probably be something like this. Maybe Sharon for Fernandez. In real life, Fernandez is a rock steady player, but he's also like 32 and FIFA doesn't like old players, so he's going to start dropping off massively. Cher's got better technical stats, so I'm going to put him into the team. He's better overall too. Javi there, can slot in there if needed, so can dumb it. There we go, that's our team for the start of the season, at least for this first half of the season. That'll be what we go with in most games. Right then. Firstly, go through and add some fringe players to the transfer list. Atsu, yeah, 28, 73 rated, not really going to be good enough. Yedlin, I'll give you time. We'll see with Yedlin. He might impress me. Same goes for Murphy. Aaron's transfer list definitely. Never quite hit his potential. Rolando Aaron's. Young will loan list. Torre will loan list. That everyone looks to be. Can move those. How many? 1, 2, 3, 3 players on to start with. That'll be good by me. Go sort the contracts and development plans out now. See you in whenever I'm done with that. This is something that's quite interesting actually. It's contract extensions rather than new contract lengths, which is interesting, and I'm going to have to be careful at least early on that I don't offer try and offer a 4-year deal thinking that's what it is and it ends up being a 5. Not that would be a bad thing necessarily, but stuff along those lines. Yedlin, hang on, what do you want at the minute? I'm not giving you a big massive wage rise. You can stay. Give you a better one, but you can stay down there. It won't be important. Oof. You might not get that. I'll accept it for now. But you probably won't get that playing time. Something else I'm really happy about is Matty Longstaff's got an actual face in the game now, which he didn't have last year. I was a bit worried it'd be the same this year when I saw he didn't have a picture on his player profile. But now he's got an actual scanned-in face. I think Sean's the same, which I'll be really happy about. Although, granted, Sean's was nowhere near as terrible last year. I offered 5, they want 3, settle on 4, so you got a 6-year deal. Yep, you go nowhere, lad. One of our own. And then, yeah, see, Sean's got the same real scanned-in face. Very nice. Going to the contract negotiation for him as well. See if we can get him on a 6-year deal too. I've got a really midfield, quality little midfield there, all on 6-year deals. Very happy with that, especially with the potential that I know Sean and Matty have. I'll offer rotation again. If you want important, you can have it, but no, happy with that. 3-year deal. You won't accept 5, so I'll go with a 4. Yep, no release clause. You offered it for me, thank you. And you can get that 30 grand. And a nice little signing bonus for you there. Cool. So now the only players in the entire shortlist apart from Turner, who's out on loan and I can't talk to at the minute, who should be on 1-year deals, Carroll. Looking a lot better in real life than he has been in last couple of seasons. He looks a lot fitter. It looks like he can play for longer. Certain games it looks like it's only a matter of time before he's going to find the net for the first time in however long it is. Apart from him, Saive, Yatsu, Aaron's all transfer listed. Him, I'll sort of see how it goes over this first half of the season. He's got a release clause in his contract too. It might be worth. Although then again, it's twice his value. If someone's willing to pay that for a 31-year-old, I might take it. Actually, we'll see how that goes. I want his main position to be as a left back. Actually, not as a centre back, because he's really good as a centre back in a back 3 on the left side of that. But in a back 2, I don't think I've even actually seen him play in a back 2, let alone play well. So we go development plans and contracts are all sorted out. No need to worry about them for now. So we take a quick look in the youth academy. There's usually always one really good player in there and then 1 or 2 others that look decent. I ended up with 3 goalkeepers. I don't need that. You can go because you don't look like you'll ever be anything decent. You're 6'5". I like that. Decent potential too, even if your overall's a bit lower than some of the others. Not by that much even. Cyril Petter, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Miran Vreg, probably butchered that horribly, bit shorter. Potential probably high 80s, whereas his is probably like mid to low 80s. Kai Chow, I think, is obviously the best player in there by a country mile, whereas Kadlik and Horvath I'm really not interested in at all. Their potential would be like mid 60s. I'm not going to get anything out of them. What do the board want? Youth expectation. 4 players to the youth academy. And they want, within 2 seasons, one of them they want one of them in the first team playing 10 matches. Yeah, okay. That's very doable. Very doable. Crucial first team into the midfield position. We'll have to see about that. 7 games without defeating home matches. Is that in a row or just overall? Because I could maybe do overall. In a row would be tricky. We're not in continents of the matter, and they don't care. Really, don't really care about this, but they want us to finish mid-table and get to the round of 16. Both very doable. I'd be happy with that. I'm aiming sort of like 8th to 10th for this first season. So yeah, that's definitely in round 16 in the FA Cup. Should be. It depends on who I draw, like, but should be doable. Finish the season with 4,500 unspent budget. Okay. World class, any position. 22, 1 year left on the contract. I want to see if there's any one decent, real decent we can pick up on a free come January. Looking for a young, pacey and promising right back. Left back, absolutely no concerns about because we've got Lewis there now. Left back for years to come. Nice high potential. And attack minded as well, which I like. And I might look to bring Jetro Willems in as his competition, because obviously he absolutely ripped it apart last season for us in the 6 months he was here before his injury. I would have been very happy to sign him back, even on loan in real life, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen now, at least not till January, if at all. Where else will I be needing? Could do with some younger wingers to play backup. Well, younger and more promising. Pacey ones too, because that's the biggest thing in FIFA at the minute, is pace. If you don't have pace, you're not going to do very well. And we'll look for young, tall and promising centre backs. Younger than that. There we go. Just going to go into my youth academy. I'm going to sign a new second scout. I would have really liked the 5-star one to be in there, but you know, you'll do. Pool. I'm pretty sure either the head of youth recruitment or youth development or something is called Pool for us in real life, or someone on the staff is, I think. Send you to England for 9 months. Anderson, I'm going to send you from France. Yeah, that makes sense. Send you to France for 9 months, and we'll see what we can't pick up from those two over the course of this season. Obviously, without being able to spend any money in this first transfer window. Youth players are all I'm going to be able to sign, so I'm hoping to see some real quality ones. Personally, I think that's the best schedule to have. Seems to be the general consensus that a rest day and a recovery day on either side of a match and intermittent training is probably the best balance to have. So I have to go with that. I can change it up if, you know, we're not sharp enough or we're too tired. I can relax it, or the opposite, which is a word that's not in my brain at the minute. I don't know how much else there is to do for me, I'll be honest. I might have a quick look at some players that I know that I'm interested in picking up, maybe at some point, and other than that, probably just gonna skip straight through ahead to the first game of the pre-season. I'm not gonna make you watch me do the training drills. I'll cut them out. Okay, so here is the shortlist so far. Got a couple of players on here I think could do a job for us. Max Aarons is probably the biggest target to improve that right back spot. Much as I like Javi, he's not a real top quality player, whereas Aarons could be given time, so he's probably my biggest target. Ben White, really like the look of him. Probably would never happen in real life, but you know, I can dream and I can also make it happen in this. Holding and Rugani we actually did get linked with in real life. That both almost came on loan moves. Both fell through in the end, and Rugani's actually now on loan at Rennes, but I would still be interested in either of them for this career, as with Tapsoba. A couple of midfielders here that caught my eye. few wingers and a couple of strikers. Saeed, Benrahma, I'm surprised no one picked them up. I'll be honest. I thought whoever picked up Watkins would also go in for him, see if they could replicate that form, but apparently not. I'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the domestic window's still open for English clubs, so maybe he might still get a Premier League move. So we're going to jump into the first training sessions. Like I said, I'm not going to make you watch me do all these. They'll be cut from the video before it goes up. A's all round. Excellent start to the training sessions. First training day done. We'll advance through to a rest day and then another training day. Hopefully we'll get another couple of nice green results there. Decent enough. And we come up onto the first of the friendlies. Now I'm not going to play this. I'm going to sim it using the new match sim feature with the jump in, so if we start losing or it looks like we're on the back foot, I can take over and try and get us a bit of a boost. I should mention that as well as disabling the first transfer window and not giving us a takeover to begin with, I'm also going to make this a bit more challenging than maybe some other career modes are, in terms of I'm not just going to use the features in the game as they score. Fuck. That's unfortunate. Come on, you can do better than that. Now, I'm also going to implement a one of the real life, well, two of the real life Premier League rules. The first being that a Premier League squad can only use be made up of 25 players per half season. 3 goalkeepers and 22 outfield players, which means as Shelby gets a free kick inside the box. Did that go in? How did that not go in? Well, I guess it went over. Yeah, which means it's possible I'm not going to be able to use all of the players currently in my squad. Players under 21 don't actually have to be registered. They can play in any game regardless of registration or not. So the likes of Anderson and Torre, they could play. But Vilka, for example, who is 21, if I don't register him, he can't play Premier League games. And I'm pretty sure I've got more than 25 players over 21. So that limits me a bit more. It means I can't have an infinite pool of substitutes and reserves that I can draw upon. I could, but they couldn't play. If we go in 1-0 down at half time, wish we could be doing a bit better, but fitness is looking alright actually, so that's the main thing. It's only pre-season. I won't jump in yet. See if they can get it back on their own first. And the other extra little rule I'm adding in for myself is the homegrown players rule, which means you've got to have 8 players in the squad who were trained at an English club prior to the 21st birthday. Which, right, gonna have to jump in here. So, which means you got to. It's not always English players. There have been foreign players who have come in to a club at youth level, and because of their age when they came in and how long they were there, they classed as homegrown players. Like Cesc Fabregas, despite being Spanish, counted as one for Arsenal. but typically it is talking about English and Welsh players. Not really anything that enforces that, but you know, why not? Make it a bit more challenging, make it a bit more interesting. Means I can't just go out and sign like 20 top Spanish, French and Argentine world beaters and have no homegrown players in the team. Couldn't get it out under the feet. Bollocks. Yeah, I've not got loads of experience playing this game, like I mentioned earlier, so I might struggle in the early matches. The defending in particular feels different to previous years. Gonna take some getting used to, but it'll be fun. I'm not the most emotive person, so you might not be able to tell, but I'm actually really excited about A, this career mode, and B, this FIFA in general. Nice ball over the top for Hayden. That looks like it might be the way to do things. Shelby scores, gets one back. I should have gone and picked the ball up. Oh well, whatever. Wow. Man, I'm getting ripped by these guys. Amron keeps hold of it just about. Fraser goes inside with it. Tries to play through Wilson, gets cut off. That's not the best result, I'll be honest. Kind of wants to get off to a better start than that. That was the one decent move we put together all game. Sim match again. Let's hope for a better result. Would be embarrassing to get dumped out the group stage for this, but I'm not too concerned if I'm being honest. This is looking a lot more promising. Well, commentator's curse. It was looking a lot more promising than anything we'd done in this sim of the previous game. Hopefully we can keep that up. Hey, well done, Callum Wilson. His first goal of this career, only friendly, so it doesn't really count, but nice to see nonetheless. Half time 1-0 up. It's an improvement. Not too much of one, but it is there. It's a nice beginning. I thought Matthew was on the pitch then, but no, he's not even number 41 anymore. Was he ever? Was it 42? Whatever, he's number 4 now. Yeah, it's a pretty big game actually for right back DeAndre Edlin, because he's one of the players that is going to be slugging it out for the final 2 spots in the squad. Him, Aaron's Murphy Aaron's is pretty far out the running. Him and Surveyor, like 99% sure he's not going to get that spot. Atsu's about 60% sure not going to get it. But yeah, Atsu, Murphy, Yedlin and Vilka are going to be the main contenders for the last 2 spots in the team. So 2 of them will not be playing any Premier League games between now and January. Alright. That was the worst possible time that could have happened. Once I got the space, it's not actually all that hard to score. Unlike last time, this time jumping in actually something of a benefit to me. There we go. We get a win. We'll see where that places in the table. Hopefully, it'll put us in good stead for going through to the semis of the tournament. Like to get that little extra bit of cash in. Might help us go for a proper player in January. More training. I'll get back to you when that's done. Being 2A is another good set of results. Albeit the first one took 2 goes to get. That lob pass through ball drill is not my best ever. Not the one I'm best at. PSV in with an offer for Atsu. Obviously wouldn't be leaving us until January, even if this was agreed. And delegate and ask for 4 million and no less than 3. Let's see if we'll go for anything in that region. Just want to get a bit more from them for him than his flat value. And maybe the final preseason game. I'm gonna play this one from the beginning. Them getting relegated probably had more to do with firing a manager every 4 months than it did to anything to do with the players or the tactics or anything really. Lockdown didn't help. They came out of that not very strong. Some teams it really benefited, others it absolutely ruined. Honestly, getting the ball back off the opposition is one of the hardest parts of the new mechanics of this game. It's so difficult. Oh, referee. Nothing. Seriously. The way they just pass it around is it's good. It's going to be a challenge to both defend and attack on this game, so should make it a nice challenge for me, but also frustrating when you're trying to play against it over the top on run. Miggy, come on, dude. Well, never mind, Doug. Oh, that's not bad. Takes their goal difference down. Not by enough, like, but. Switch! Why would it not? Okay, that's annoying. I wanted it to switch to the cells to try and get him in the way of that. Come on, Migs. You got the pace. You got the pace. Maybe the direct approach is the right one. Might be better to just go straight up the guts with pace, try and take it around the defenders than anything else. That might have been timed to perfection. I know Murphy has pace. And I just made the wrong pass from Murphy. Sam Maximin, what a goal, what a move. Oh, that was a nice one. Put a slight pause on those celebrations. I'll bring Vilker on. I want to try and give him a shot at impressing me. That's what it's for, the pre-season, impressing the manager. Ah, oh, Murphy, no. Thought that was going to cost me then. I should have just let that go out. I don't really know what I was trying. Improvement needed. I think that sees me through though. I think with Cagliari, I haven't. Yep. Extra little million into the budget. Not a lot, but it'll help. It says that's completed. Nice. Happy about that. Still not really bothered about this tournament. So I'm going to sim this. Do I quick sim it? Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll quick sim this one. If we win, I'll play the last game. I'm not playing the last game. Oh well. It would have been nice. But whatever. Just about trying some players out, getting used to the feel of it. Ended up with what, about nearly 4 million extra going into the budget, which is nice. So yeah, I think we'll call it there for this video, and then we'll pick it up and get up to the next Premier League game, or first Premier League game I should say, in the next. Hopefully if you've watched and enjoyed this video, you've liked it, and if you can, show your support, leave a like, leave a comment, maybe subscribe. Really appreciate it. If you got any players at all that you think I should sign, realistically, like, don't start suggesting Mbappe and Sancho, because it's not going to happen, not for a while at least. But any realistic suggestions from like clubs on a similar level to Newcastle, decent players from clubs that are maybe struggling a bit more in lower leagues, French players particularly in the French league and the Bundesliga, they seem to like signing from there. So if you've got any ideas, leave them in the comments. I'll take a look. And you can also leave your thoughts on who you think should be the last 2 players to end up registered in the squad, because it's going to end up being between, where are they? DeAndre Edelin, Christian Atsu, Rodrigo Vilca, and Jacob Murphy. Aarons and Servette are just not happening, and Matty, because he's only 20, doesn't actually have to be registered, so this season he won't be. Yeah, I think that's everything, so hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. See you around.